Ooh, there it is. You can barely see us. I'm sitting in the shadows, in a dark car, trying to forget what just happened there. That I just gutted. We can be a really good team. Like, I don't feel particularly positive, right? That's why I'm doing this now in the car on the way home. It is not going to be a long one, but you know, I celebrate the wins. You've got to take the losses on the chin as well. I mean, let's be honest. Liverpool are a fantastic side. The money they've spent this summer window, you know, the way they celebrated, you know, was in the corner with the bloody corner flag, was like they've just gone and won themselves a cup, you know, and that shows how much it means to them to beat, you know, Newcastle. So it just shows that we're a team who means something, and you know, they've just gone to beat, you know, little old 10-man Newcastle, you know, bravo. But I'm just, as I say, positives, trying to be positive. We were good. We were way better than that. First 30 minutes was all us. You know, this is all without a striker. It's all without Alexander Isak. We were good today. For most of the game, that's what hurts so much. Anthony Gordon, like, look, the referee was shocking as well. God, Anthony Gordon, I think in real time in the stadium, I didn't think it was a red card. I've then watched about 7 different replays from 7 different angles in 7 different slow motion speeds, and it doesn't look great. But more than anything else, I'll ask Anthony Gordon, what the hell are you doing? That's 3 games you're going to miss now. If you think we didn't have a striker, we now don't have our makeshift striker for 3 games. So unworried. I thought Gordon was really good today. You know, him, Elanga, Barnes, you know, still likes to go missing, which is really frustrating. But generally speaking, I thought, other than score a goal, we're really, really good. And then Gordon goes off, and then they get a deflected goal, 1-0 Liverpool, and you're going, oh, for God's sake. It looked like we kind of had run ourselves ragged, and we're kind of happy to see it to half time, take it into the break, and you think, right, a little bit of oomph, a little bit of let's get going. And what happens? We walk out with our heads, you know, around our knees. No one wanted to be on that football pitch. Liverpool scored the easiest goal I've ever seen scored, a very easy goal, and that's 2-0. And at that point I'm going, right, let's tuck in now for an absolute beating for 45 minutes. But in fairness, we didn't let them. It was a goal from we've clearly got this new free kicks bloke in, set piece guy, because all of a sudden we're doing Stoke throws with Tino, but I'll take it, and it worked. Bruno puts it in at the back stick, and all of a sudden we've got a little bit of something. 10-man Newcastle fighting back from 2-0 down, and you know what? Who comes on but Asula comes on, and he's an absolute cracker, him. Like, 1 minute he's scoring, the next thing he's pulling Liverpool's players' shirts in the back, and I'm like, why? But anyway, 2-2, and I can see the headlines now. Who needs Isak? We have Asula. But no, 11 minutes of added time. We pinned them in their box for 9 of those 11 minutes, and you just knew if they got the chance, they would take it. And I mean, that kid's at the back stick, totally unmarked, sticks it in the far corner. And as I've mentioned already, Liverpool celebrate the win. So yeah, as I say, I'm feeling absolutely whacked now. Absolute roller coaster. I think for a neutral fan, that will be a hell of a watch. For the Liverpool fan, I think it's probably a hell of a watch for every single football fan, except Newcastle United fans, to be honest. But I have to say, to come back from 2-0 down with 10 men, we really, really showed it. I thought Bruno was so good today. He lived and breathed everything. Tonali goes off with an injured shoulder. That didn't look great. Joe Linton goes off, looked absolutely knackered. Bruno literally lived and died on that pitch today, and I thought he was so good. He looked absolutely devastated at the end. He'd put in so much hard work and then got nothing from it. But yeah, look, I could sit here and, you know, play the narrative again. I think it was far more obvious against Aston Villa that we missed a striker. I think today There was moments where, you know, Alanga was through, Gordon was through. If it was a more natural striker, would we have put it in the net? But I could argue that actually the pair of them, I thought, did really well. It wasn't a game where, you know, we expected to maybe have as much of the ball as we actually ended up having. So having them really bust a gut to chase down the ball, chase down the defenders, I thought worked really well. I mean, once again with the, you know, what is it, Gravenbach's tackle on Bruno, like why was no one VAR in that? Barnes, was he through on goal or he was on the edge of the box and just got shoved in the back? Nobody cares. Shaw had a head injury. Alisson is literally doing jumping jacks and begging the referee to stop the game, and he just continues because Liverpool were on the attack. So gotta keep going to make sure they get the goal. So yeah, it was roller coaster of emotions. I think that's what hurts so much. Look, if we just got spanked 2-0 and never got back in that game, you just go, yeah, oh well. We were rubbish today. Cheers, Gordon, for the red card. The fact that we fought back so strong to actually get into that game and then lost at the final hurdle is tough to take. So yeah, there you go. That's my match reaction. Thoughts and comments on the game down below. Do you want to blame the ref? Do you want to blame Gordon? You know, let me know what you think. But yeah, it's just so frustrating because, as I say, if we just got totally battered today, you just turn around and go, look, they were the better team. You know, the fact that we actually put in so much graft to bring it back to 2-2 with 10 men, like big up. Like we actually had some really good moments today, and just couldn't get it over the line. Yeah, okie dokie. That is where I'm going to end it now. I was just watching someone out the window there having a little race home on scooters with their tune tops on, so at least they were smiling despite what happened. But yeah, and now we're getting to a transfer window. If we could have just taken a draw there. I mean, I said before the game started, I would have taken a draw. So that shows where my optimism was going into it. I had people saying to me, you know what, Rob, I wasn't fancying it all week, but now I reckon we can do it 1-0, 2-0. And I love it because that's what happens on a match day, isn't it? All of a sudden you start getting that little bit of a buzz. You start thinking, actually, maybe we can do this today. But realistically, I did a video about 4 or 5 hours ago earlier today when we had a 50 million bid rejected for Strand Larsen. And I said in that video I would take the draw. So to walk away now having not got a draw, realistically, you know, my expectation was probably that we weren't going to pick up a lot from this game. And at the very least, we gave it a damn good go. So yes, that is where I'm going to end it. Thoughts and comments down below. I mean, for me, Bruno was by far man of the match. I thought he was absolutely spot on. It shows the player we've got there. What we'll have to hope now is that Tonali's okay, Joe Linton's okay, and you know, Jamie Rubin was in the stands today. Big Yasser was in the stands today from the PIF. They are, you know, reports are they've come in and were a big part of why Newcastle put that £50 million bid in for Strand Larsen. Reports are that they were at Alexander Isak's house today, having a meeting with him as well to try and sort out this absolute striker mess. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.